877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Financials, we think, still have a lot of room to run.
Financials have a lot to run. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Let's talk about the financials, because the financials are very important, because it's the financials that drive the market, always has. However, what took the place of the financials in the year 2013 was the big tech stocks, the FANG stocks, plus Microsoft and Apple. That's what took the market over. They made up around 24-25% of the S&P 500. They drove the entire stock market. Everybody wanted to be in those stocks, and that was it. That was the huge deal, and everybody just jumped into those things like crazy, and that's what drove the market up. But we finally, remember, when we hit February of 2020, we had a problem. In February 2020 is when, of course, the pandemic, they used that as the reason why the market would drop, the pandemic, when it was really the debt that caused the market to drop, the deficits that caused the market to drop, the fact that the economy, okay, our debt was growing faster than our economy. If we didn't have the pandemic, it would have crashed anyways. But people don't want to believe that. But that's the absolute truth. It's debt that kills you. Now, what's interesting is what's happened in the last few days. If you go back and take a look at the market and what's happened in the last few days, all of a sudden you see the big tech stocks. They're taking lead again. They're starting to drive again. They're starting to run again. And that all happened, as you recall, as we went back to, of course, the big techs took over when we had the news that the yields, okay, all of a sudden the yields were, starting to go up. Now, wait a minute. If yields go up, that hurts. That hurts big tech. That makes no sense. But yet we had, right after that, remember what we had? We had the jobs number. The jobs numbers came in on that Friday. In fact, if you go and take a look at it, what we had going on, and I'll bring it up here let me bring it up here to you. If you go back to March 25th, that was on Thursday. And then we had Thursday, April 1st. April 1st on Thursday, the market, the big tech stocks were rallying after they were falling apart. So how could they be rallying? Because remember, the yields favor these big tech stocks going all the way back to March 2020. The yields were like at 0.8%, 0.58, 0.80. And it's those and that was fantastic for the big tech stocks. And they love these low rates. And remember, everybody was tied up in their house. So everybody was buying all this stuff, and Netflix was benefiting, and Amazon and Google, all the big tech stocks were doing beautiful, and the rates were doing beautiful, 0 to 0.58. And if you look at the numbers, if you went and looked at the numbers and you go look back to March 30, 2020, actually this rate was only at 0.66. This is right after the market, February crashed and the market stopped going down. Okay, and that's where the big tech started to come in and rally. January 6, 2021, so they went from March 30, 2020, where it was 0.66. They rallied all the way up to January 6, but then all of a sudden the yield started to increase to 1.01. So think of it as 66 basis points to 100 basis points. It took from March 30th, 2020 to January 6th of 2021 for it to hit 100 points. Doing fantastic. But then on February 26, 2021, the yields are going up 1.6%. Now why? Why are the yields going up? Because the narrative out there is, we're going to have this booming economy. Things are going to be fantastic. And so people started to sell their treasuries. And then on March 31st, 2021, Wednesday, this was right before Easter, Wednesday before Easter, you got the tech stocks are rallying, which made no sense at all, because the yields were going up. And yields going up on big tech is like kryptonite is to Superman. Made no sense. So Thursday, April 1st, 1.71 the yields. But the big tech stocks are moving. They're going up. Are you kidding me? And then remember Friday, the market was closed. They came out with a big jobs number on Friday. And when they came out with that big job numbers on Friday, when we came in on Monday, the market exploded. Big tech exploded. Well, wait a minute. Again, the rates are 1.73. So if you go and look at this between March 25th, 2021 and Monday, April 5th, big tech went up 8.5% when rates were exploding to the upside. So the point is, if you're buying these big tech stocks, you're out of your mind. Because the big tech stocks cannot continue to go up when you have yields going up. So we're going to take a look at all that today. It's making no sense. People are coming in from the sideline who have no idea what they're doing. The same thing they did in the dot-com days, right before the market crashed. They all come rushing in because always before a crash, you always have a pullback. And we had that monster pullback from February 2020 to March 2020. It went down 34%, a record 22 days. And finally, people start coming in now. They're dumping their bonds, listening to all the nonsense. And now they're buying big tech stocks when they shouldn't be buying them. That's the real problem. And so think about this. The Fed continued to print $8 trillion. They intervened in both the stock market and the economy. They intervened in the 2008 crash and then the March 2020 crash, the end of the COVID crash. They propped them up. That was $8 trillion between the 2008 crash and March 2020 crash. They used the money for QE, stock buybacks, and most recently the stimulus package. So for the fake Business News Network, this was fantastic, as if the sun and the stars and the moon were all lining up perfectly, because now you had COVID-19 cases dropping like a flying monkey. Millions of vaccines are going out now, getting shot. People are getting their shot in their arms each week. That's all great news. Then we got another big round of government stimulus, and now there's going to be 2 other additional rounds of stimulus from this administration. So if you put that all together, I mean, you couldn't have a more perfect scenario for the fake Business News Network to drive this market and to catch everybody at the wrong time. I'll explain more when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the markets open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed, because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere, because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. If you're going to be buying a tech stock, a big tech stock, let's just talk about, you should be buying a stock like Facebook. Don't buy a stock like Amazon. Buy a stock like Facebook, because Facebook is breaking out to a new all-time high. Those are your safe stocks to buy. Netflix won't be. Netflix is trading at $547 a share. I'm rounding off the change. You got to wait till it breaks out to 600. But Facebook already broke out. Those are called power stocks, making new highs. Netflix hasn't made a new high yet. You wouldn't buy that one unless you were a day trader, or you're a you could either be a day trader or a swing trader. But for investors, the normal investor, you would buy Amazon, Google. You would buy Google today if you wanted to buy Google, because it's making a new high. So Google would be okay to buy, and your Netflix is, and Facebook is okay to buy, but not your Netflix and not your Amazon. Now, if you go and take a look at Microsoft, you could buy Microsoft because that's making a new high, but you certainly wouldn't buy Apple. You only want to be buying those stocks, the big tech stocks, no matter which tech stock, I don't care if it's eBay or whatever. You've got to make sure you're buying the breakouts, the ones that are going, because you don't have any selling above you. Because this is an entire fake market like we've never had before. As I said, when this market collapsed in February of 2020, the crash stopped in March of 2020. The fastest crash ever and the fastest recovery. Think about this. The 1929 market dropped 24%. We dropped 34% in March. It took a decade for the economy to recover, start to recover. 1987, the market dropped 22% against the March of 34%, actually in March. It took 2 years for the recovery. In 2002, we had the huge dot-com crash, 76%. Took 15 years. 2008, we dropped 50%. It took a little more than 2 years. Now, they're claiming right now we're at 13 months, and they're claiming that we're in a recovery. It only took 13 months. So our market dropped 34% in 22 days. And we started our recovery. We're back into recovery. That's what they're claiming right now. We're in a recovery. It took 13 months. Well, it took the 1929 crash a whole decade, 10 years. in 1987, 2 years. The dot-com, 15 years. In 2008, that if you want to go back to 2008, it took that crash took a couple years, 2 years. This is insane. Now, here's what's going on. Nobody ever looks at the bond market. You've been told, don't look at the bond market. The bond market is what tells the truth. And the VIX. I'm always telling my members, look at the VIX. It's the old-fashioned VIX. It'll never let you down. The bond market will always tell you the truth, and the VIX will always tell you the truth. Now, if you look at the VIX today and you're buying this market, what are you, nuts? The VIX, I've never seen it this low. The VIX, when it's so low, it's a signal to sell. The lowest I've seen, I think, is around 25. We're down to the VIX today, I think, down to 10 on the VIX, if I'm correct. On the VIX, 10, around 10, just a little bit above 10. Are you nuts? What are you, nuts? We dropped from 78 to 10. That is incredible. That, if you were measuring fear, that's the highest fear ever. But nobody cares. There's no fear in the market, right? So think about it. When the VIX is high, when it's at 78, you should be buying because the stock market is at the lowest point. The market, it means it's a bargain. When you look at the VIX index, when it's very high, when it was at 78, then it tells you the stock market was a bargain. And if you look, you know when that was? If you extrapolate them, the S&P was at its low of March 2020 when the crash stopped, when the COVID-19 crash stopped, which started in February. So it lines up just absolutely perfect, the way it's supposed to work. When the VIX was high at 78, at the same time the S&P was at its very low on March 30, 2020. Now when you saw the VIX that high, and then you turn around and saw the S&P that low, you go, okay, this is lining up perfect. I'm buying. And we started to buy the airlines. We started to buy the casinos. We started to buy Las Vegas. The casinos, the airlines, the cruise lines, oil, banks. And everybody thought we were nuts. We did so well with those because the VIX is always the truth. It never lies to you. And go take a look. If you got a chart, just go look on your chart. Line up the VIX. Go look at the VIX, VXX, and you'll see where it was the high on March 19, 2020. Well, guess where the crash was? The crash was at its low on, again, around that same March 23rd, 2020. It lines up. Now, the VIX index, what, you don't want to hear the truth now? No, see, they don't want to tell you the truth. The VIX now is at 10, the lowest ever. So that means you do the opposite. You should start selling because we're at the highest point in the stock market. Instead of selling, people started to come in and here's what's nuts, started to buy the big tech stocks after that Friday news, and we were closed that Friday. The job numbers came out, right? And right before that, if you go back and look at Friday, the March 26th, everybody was talking about, they're going to come in the following Friday with a million jobs. So everybody started to buy the big tech stocks again. What are you, nuts? So if you're buying these big tech stocks, you're buying anything. You're going against the bond market, and you're going against the VIX, and you're listening to the fake business news network, and you're going to get hurt. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down. It keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. Banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market is still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. For all these people who are coming in from the sideline who's never been in the stock market, would think this is their biggest chance to become a millionaire by buying these stocks they've heard of since 2013, and you never bought them, the FANG stocks, the big tech stocks, you're out of your mind. You don't even know what you're doing, and you're going to lose all your money, just like you did in the dot-com days. And you got to understand, high yields, that means when people dump their treasuries, they're dumping it for a reason. They dump their treasuries because they think the economy is getting better. They've been talked into it by the fake Business News Network when that is not true at all. The economy can't get better when you have historic debt. When we are producing more debt than we are producing goods, you are in deep trouble. Anytime you are doing stimulus, any country that does stimulus is in deep trouble. Deep trouble. Okay? No question about it. So, again, if you go back, and here's another trick they pull. If you go back to the following, you got to go back, and if you go back and look on February 12th, the big tech stock, just put up XLK, that represents the big tech stocks you were always buying, dropped. It dropped, okay, from a high of 138. 138, that was the high. If you go to, if you have a mobile device, you can take a look at this. And I'm going to lay all this out for you on my YouTube channel on Friday night. It would be my 14th segment, where every week I talk about what happened in the market, what signs we're seeing in the market that tells us we're in a crash mode, okay? Yes, you could be in a crash mode and not even know it. Those are the ones that kill you. When you're in a crash mode, and that's when you get surprised. Because remember, 85% of you never get out of the stock market before it crashes because you don't know when to get out. My gang members know when to get out before it crashes, and we set up and we're making money on the crash. Most people, you get that panic when it starts to crash, like on 1929 or 87 or 2002, 2008. You put them all together in a bucket. What do they have in common? Panic. Panic is the worst thing. When you panic, you lose control. We're in total control. The fake Business News Network, since March 20th, okay, of 2020, has been a full program to give you hope, to give you optimism, to give you belief, okay, to get you fully invested, to get you thrilled. You must be a genius. You're making so much money, and you go out and you borrow on margin. Then you reach that point of euphoria. I'm smarter than God. God, I'm smarter than him. I'm so smart. This euphoria sets in. Then you get to complacency after you get a 10% crash. And guess what? We had our 10% crash. Yes, do you forget that? We had a 10% crash from February 12th down to, I think it was February 12th to, if I'm correct, February 12th to March 4th. So I'll double check that, but I think we had the 10% crash, or it was earlier. And once you get that 10% crash and then the market rallies up like it just did, then you get that euphoria. I'm a genius again. And then I get complacent. Oh, I can't do anything wrong. Then you are in the most dangerous point of the market. And most people won't go and look at the VIX index. Those are the right days. Yeah, that was a 10% correction. You always get a 10% correction before you get the final crash. Now, the difference is we don't know if they're going to get the crash, because guess what they're doing? Since 2008, okay, we've had the other crashes, 1929, 87, 2002, 2008. We never had QE. We never had stock buybacks. And we never had stimulus like this. And we remember, from 2008 to today, $8 trillion is on the balance sheet. There was only $800 billion on the balance sheet of the Feds. They printed $8 trillion to go in and take the banks and prop them up, take all their mortgage backed securities to give them cash so they can stay in business, go to the big corporations that are ready to file for bankruptcy, buy their mortgage-backed securities and assets, give them cash to keep them in the business. We never had that before, and we never had before this runaway stimulus, a stimulus program, sending checks out and bailing everybody out. We never had that before. And he's going to do 2, 3, 4 more stimulus. So what's going to be the beautiful thing, we're not only going to see this market continue to go up, we're going to make money in all these new breakouts. I'm begging you, don't buy a stock. If you don't know what you're doing, don't buy a tech stock unless it's breaking out to new highs. In fact, from this point, you shouldn't be buying any stock unless it's called a power stock breaking out to new highs. My members don't have to worry because I showed them this morning. I have all my power stocks lined up. We're all set. We know which ones to be in, and our color-coded chart tells us, identifies for us if we're right or we're wrong. Now, if we go back after we had that 10% correction, what dropped during that 10% correction? The big tech stocks. Why? Because the interest rates went up from 0.58 in March of 2020. Remember, the crash was February to March. The COVID-19 crash was from February to March. And when that ended, the rates were so low, then everybody closed themselves in their house. Then the big tech stocks, it was like the sun, the stars, the moon, everything lined up perfect for them, and they were making a fortune because interest rates were so low. Now what happened? It started to collapse because if you start looking, the rates already were up starting in February 16th. Okay, I forgot what the rates were up. I think they were 1.5, something like that. But they went from, remember, 0.58. And that's bad. That's like kryptonite to super 1.58. And that's why the market started to crash on February 16th. The tech market, the big tech stocks collapsed. And then they're at their bottom. Then all of a sudden, on Thursday, they know that on March 25th, okay, all of a sudden the whisper number comes out. Hey, there's going to be a million new jobs. Okay, that next Friday, the following Friday. Friday came. That was March 25th, right? Another, again, whisper number, maybe more than a million. Then by the time Wednesday hit, of Easter week, Wednesday hit on March 35th. Oh yeah, a million. Okay, that was on March 31st. You know what the interest rates were then? The yields 1.71. Went from 1.61, which was on Thursday, the March 25th. Here we go on now on. Let's go to Thursday. On Thursday, the following Thursday, April 1st, the yields now were at 1.71. Remember, the big tech stocks collapsed when we were at 1.58, went down 10% at 1.58. They collapsed. But what the hell are they doing going up and being when it's 1.71 on Wednesday and then Thursday? Okay, on Thursday, they're still going up. Are you kidding? At 1.71? And then Friday, the market was closed. They came up with the numbers just less than a million. We come back on Monday, and the market goes nuts. The big tech stocks go nuts. What they do? All they did is recaptured back their loss from February 16th down to the low, down to their low, their 10%, down to the low of March 5th. All they did is capture it back. That's all they did. And they're making such a big deal of this. That's all that happened. And how did they do it? Because the Federal Reserve came in on Monday. That's the new beginning of the month. On Monday, and that's when the new money starts coming into the market. That's when all the hedge funds and all the fund managers, they start putting their money to work the first day of the year, right, or first day of the month. And then the Federal Reserve printed money, and they came in and put money in, and nobody knew what was going on. And all of a sudden, everybody thought the reason why the market was going up on Thursday, and then we're closed Friday, and on Monday we had this big 600-point rally because they thought, oh, everything's okay again. Big tech's moving. I better get into big tech. But guess what? Yesterday, big tech didn't go anywhere. There was no follow-through. And today, there's no follow-through. And at the same time, what do you got going? You got all this nonsense. You got all this confidence rising coming from the fake business news network. They're telling you that the economy has recovered. Or right around the corner, it's going to be the biggest recovery ever. You're getting so sucked in. Please join my gang free for 10 days and just look at the chart, follow the money, so you'll be out of this market in time.
Or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. So, here's what we know. We know that if you go back and you take a look at the VIX index, this is what I show my gang members every morning. When the VIX, you go back and just look at it for a year, your VIX index gave you a beautiful buy signal. Beautiful, unbelievable buy signal on right around March around March 18th. Remember, the crash started in February and ended around March 20th, about 2 days later. What a perfect signal that was to buy, because your VIX was high. It was a buy signal, and that's when we started to buy the airlines, the oil, the cruise lines, the banks. Nobody wanted the airlines. Nobody wanted they thought we're out of our mind. The cruise lines. Who wanted airlines or cruise lines or casinos? We did. And we made returns of 40, 50, 60%. Okay, now I'm not saying every gang member. Okay, I'm just saying every gang member had the opportunity because the color-coded chart turned green and it told you start buying. Now here, nobody's going to listen. I'm telling you this today. The VIX index is the other way now. Instead of being at 80, it's at 10. At 10. Listen to what I'm trying to tell you. It's at 10. What does that tell you? The VIX is low. What does that mean? That means just the opposite. That's a sell signal. That's a sell signal. That's what it means. And you can laugh. All the older guys like me, I've been around 75 years, been in this market over 50 years, and the VIX has never lied. Never lied. And you take any of the traders, the older people like myself or Buffett or any of them, they'll rely on that VIX because it never lies. And they rely on the bond market. It never lies. But Fake Business News Network lies every day because their job, whether it's CNBC or whether it's Fox Business, their job every day is to make sure that they can build hope in you, optimism, belief, so you'll get fully invested, to build the thrill of victory, to get you to that point of euphoria, complacency, and the next thing, you get a big margin call. So that VIX index, and I'm going to show you all of this. It will be on Friday. It will be my 17th YouTube channel, meaning every Friday I go over the week's action. I explain to everybody what's going on in the market and give you these little red flags that are telling you we're building and building and building towards a crash. It'll be part 14. Part 14, okay? It's very popular. Take a look at it, and then and then show it to your friends. Then you'll really know what the market's going to do. Now, remember, as this market is going up, and everybody's back to buying the big tech stocks, but one thing you got to remember, and nobody's talking about, nobody on the Fake Business News Networks are talking about it. If you go back and you just look at the big tech stocks, XLK is the symbol. Okay, and I'll have all this for you. It's free. If you're not a gang member, it's still free on the YouTube channel on Friday. And what nobody understands is the stock market, the big techs, all the FANG stocks, Microsoft, they collapsed. We had a 10% correction between February 16th and March 5th, 10%. Why? Because on February 16th, guess what happened? The yields were killing. The yields were killing big tech. They're at 1.58. Remember, August, it was only 58 points. Now we're 158 points. Kills them. So then all of a sudden, we see the yields are at 1.61 on March 25th. Okay, or go to on Friday, the Friday before Good Friday, and all of a sudden we start seeing the stocks going up, the big tech stocks. What the hell's going on here? And guess what? The Fake Business News Network starts doing a whisper number. Million people are going to be, million jobs numbers going to come out on Friday. And then the big tech stocks, all of a sudden the yields went from 1.61, right? And the big tech stock, XLK, okay, was just coming off its low at $129 and change. And then all of a sudden on March 30th, on Wednesday, the yields go to 1.71. Remember, we had a 10% correction when the yields are at 1.58. But now the big tech stocks are going up when it's 1.71, when they crash 10% at 1.58. What the hell is going on? Lies and more lies. They got people convinced that this is it. The market's recovered. We're on our way. People are going on vacations. People are going flying. They're going to casinos. They're going swimming, skiing. They're doing it all at one time. One day they're in Hawaii. Next day they take a private jet. The people who are making $48,000 or less taking a private jet, and they're going to the Alps. So they go for the Alps. They go to Florida to swim. Everybody's going nuts. Yeah, everybody's out of their houses now. Then comes Thursday, right before the Friday, Good Friday, right? All of a sudden, the yields are at 1.71, and all the big tech stocks are going up again. And then comes Monday, after we had the Friday jobs number, it was 933 million, and everybody went nuts. But wait a minute, look at the charts. Nothing happened. All that's happened is the high on February 12th. That was the beginning of the 10% crash. The high was at 139.24. And then, you know what the high today is? The high today is at 138.66. We haven't even hit the high yet. It hasn't gone back to the high where it started the crash at 1.39. But no, nobody cares about that. What are they doing? I'm going to jump in. I'm going to buy Google. I'm going to buy Amazon. I'm going to buy this, Netflix. I'm going to buy them all. I'm going to buy Apple, Microsoft. I'm going to be a millionaire. That's what's happening. Now, what I'm telling you, if you want to go in and buy a stock, a big tech stock, because you don't have smart money coming in buying tech stocks, you got idiot money coming in buying tech stocks. But if you want to play off of them, what you do is get in, only buy Facebook when it breaks out to a new high, only buy, don't dare buy Netflix, and don't buy Amazon. Only buy those that are making new highs, like Google, and put a stop right in, and then buy Microsoft making a new high, and that's it. Those are the only ones you want, because they're all making new highs. You definitely don't want like Apple unless you're a trader. Like my traders, we bought a little bit of Apple today, okay, a scalp, because we know how to trade, okay? But for investors, only buy those tech stocks that are making new highs, and then put your stop in. So hopefully that all these people come pouring in like they do at Enron before it crashed, and all these other stocks before they crash, we'll get out in time. Let's use them. Let them come in, pile in, and we'll make money. But the first thing, we'll be out before they are, because we know what we're doing, because our color chart tells us what to do. And every day at 2 o'clock, Steve, who's the head of our education department, posts a video on our portfolio, and all of our stocks tell our members exactly what to do.
LOW, Lowe's, go ahead and take some profits. Keep your stop at 189.30.
See, he goes on and talks about it. Who else does that for you? Nobody. Nobody does that for you. So right now, again, they're telling you, go back and buy the big tech stocks, because guess what? Everything's fantastic. COVID-19 cases are dropping, and they are, like a falling monkey. Millions of vaccines are getting everybody's arms. Hey, we're through the vaccines now. Almost everybody will be vaccinated. And another round of government stimulus is coming in. Yes, he's going to send out more $1,400 checks to everybody. And they're talking about 2 more, 3 more. They're talking about making it permanent. And people are just going to go in and jump in and buy stocks. That's fine. We'll be buying stocks too. But all this do is setting up for a bigger and bigger crash. But you got to know when to get out to take advantage of that. The result of all this, okay, with another round of stimulus coming up, 2 more, I think they're talking about, with COVID-19 cases dropping, with all these vaccines behind us now, the result is the fake Business News Network is assuring people that these higher bond yields that are going up means a full recovery. We're in a full recovery, and we're going to be in this big booming economy. We're going to have an economic GDP of 7, 10, 12%. Hello? Obama never hit 3. Trump never hit 3. They said Trump had the biggest and the best, and he did, the best economy ever. How are we going to go to 10 or 12 or 13? Well, easy, because we're coming from such a low number. Of course you're going to go up. It's like the analogy I use on my YouTube channel. If you take a basketball, go up a ladder 20 feet and drop that ball, it's going to come all the way down, then come all the way back up, but eventually it dribbles down to nothing, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Look, why don't you go to my site, philsgang.com. Check it out. Check it out, okay? And free for 10 days. And also check out our monitor, how we track mutual funds to get you out of the mutual fund tracker. You get that for 30 days free, so you're out of them in time. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's